It's midday. Good afternoon to you and welcome to Bena Midday News. This news is coming to you live from Benab House, Atomic Junction, Medina. My name is Sharifatu Ayuba. Coming up in this afternoon's bulletin. Private citizens petition CID to investigate Supreme Court Justice Yoni Kulendi and businessman Richard Jakpa for allegedly conspiring to influence legal proceedings in the infamous Atuforsen trial. University Teachers Association vows series of action to compel government to step up effort against Galamsey. And on the international front, former Democratic Republic of Congo President Joseph Kabila sentenced to death for treason, war crimes and crimes against humanity. Details of these stories comes up shortly. You're welcome back. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Bena TV. Now, the news in details. A Ghanaian citizen, Daniel Mafo Oforiata, has petitioned the Criminal Investigation Department to investigate Supreme Court Justice Yoni Kulendi and businessman Richard Jakpa for allegedly conspiring to influence legal proceedings in the Republic versus Kaisal Atuforsen and two others trial. In a letter dated September 29, 2025 and addressed to the CID Director General, Oforiata claims that Jakpa, who is standing trial in a case, leveraged his family ties with Justice Kulendi in attempt to derail the prosecution. According to the petition, Justice Kulendi allegedly intervened with the Attorney General Godfred Dame to weaken or halt Jakpa's prosecution, citing trial records. Oforiata references 68 WhatsApp messages exchanged between Jakpa and the Attorney General through Kulendi, as well as attempts by the judge to host meetings at his residence to influence prosecutorial decisions. The petition argues that these alleged acts constitute criminal interference with justice under Ghana's Criminal and Other Offences Act 1960, Act 29, and has called for a thorough probe and prosecution if warranted. Oforiata attached trial transcript dated June 16, 18, 20th and 27th, 2024, along with WhatsApp exchanges, and says he is ready to provide additional documents and assistance to aid the CID's investigation. The University Association of Ghana has announced plans to initiate a series of actions to compel the government to step up efforts against illegal mining, commonly known as Galamsey. According to the association, the government must be held accountable for what it describes as the continued destruction of Ghana's environment, especially water bodies and forest reserves. UTAG's newly elected president, Dr. Ivy Fiado, told the media that the association will soon unveil a set of measures designed to push for more decisive action in addressing the menace.
Critically, water is the heart of everything. Water is the factory. That's what we drink. Now, whilst it may look like it's so far away from us, In a few years, we are likely to be battling more diseases than we. And already as a nation, we are financially challenged. Now, whilst on the surface it looks like it creates employment, and so you have people revolting when we make a move, when you juxtapose the cost implications of trying to restore degraded land, etc., together, then you realize that the NPV, or what we like to call the net present value, is negative in the long run. And so if we're going to change that narrative, we must change it, because when any project has a negative net present value, what it means is that it destroys value instead of creating value. So yes, we are going to deliberate and come up with a decision that works for the union. So I represent the union, not necessarily my personal interest. And so we will have a meeting, and the agenda will be determined as to what we can discuss. Once we do that, we will inform the relevant stakeholders so they carry out our message.
The Ghana AIDS Commission has announced that it will roll out a new HIV preventive drug in 2026 to help curb the spread of the virus, which recorded over 15,000 new infections last year. Director General of the Commission, Dr. Prosper Akabon, said the initiative is expected to not boost prevention efforts but also enhance local pharmaceutical production capacity. He further revealed that talks with pharmaceutical companies supported by GIZ are already underway to guarantee a sustainable rollout of the drug. On this note, we go for a quick break. We'll be back with some more.
In a world hungry for meaning comes a stage unlike any other. 14 voices, 14 visions, one mission to inspire true talent rooted in truth.
In the nights where no one hears my whispers, Allah does. A direct relationship with Him feels like melting in His arms. No shame, no confusion, no barriers, just love.
From Quran to creativity, from knowledge to performance, they will compete not just to impress but to awaken hearts.
The Prophet ﷺ is speaking to you. He says that verily you have to hold on to my amana.
Why do people engage in illegal mining? The answer is very simple: quick money. The youth out there are jobless and therefore see illegal mining as a way to escape poverty.
I am Hamida Hussein. I am a wife, not yet done.
Every child, especially the girl child, should be given that opportunity to seek both Islamic and secular education.
They will be mentored by scholars, artists, and visionaries, but in the end, only one will rise. This fall, the world will witness the power of faith, art, and passion combined. This is the Show. Showing Fridays at 8 p.m. only on Baina TV.
You're welcome back. You're still watching Baina Midday News on Baina TV. Now moving on to business. Government has confirmed that a long-awaited Nkukor Nkiti program will be launched in the first week of October as part of efforts to cut Ghana's heavy dependence on poultry import, which cost over $300 million annually. The initiative, valued at 200 million Ghana cedis, will see the procurement of 3 million birds for distribution nationwide.
Under the program, each constituency will receive 10,000 birds free of charge, while 80,000 birds will go to 50 commercial-scale farmers. Medium-scale farmers will also benefit, with allocation ranging from 1,000 and 3,000 birds. According to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, commercial and medium-scale farmers will repay the cost of the birds, but constituency allocations will remain free to beneficiaries. Currently, Ghana imports more than 80% of its poultry needs, a trend the ministry has described as unsustainable. Officials say the program will boost local production, reduce imports, and strengthen the poultry value chain. Originally scheduled for July, the rollout was delayed, sparking concerns among farmers. However, Agricultural Minister Eric Opoku has assured stakeholders that the program is fully on track.
And on the international front, a military court in the Democratic Republic of Congo has sentenced former President Joseph Kabila to death in absentia after finding him guilty of treason, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. The charges stem from allegations that Kabila supported the M23 rebel group accused of widespread atrocities in eastern DRC. The court ruled on Friday that he was complicit in acts including murder, sexual violence, torture, and insurrection. Kabila has rejected the case as, quote, arbitrary, unquote, and accused the judiciary of being used as, quote, an instrument of oppression, unquote. He did not appear in court and his current whereabouts remain unknown. Kabila ruled the DRC for 18 years, succeeding his assassinated father, Laurent Kabila, in 2001 before stepping down in 2019. For current President Felix Tshisekedi, relations between the two later soured and Kabila went into self-imposed exile in 2023. Earlier this year, Kabila publicly expressed interest in helping resolve the eastern conflict and even appeared in M23-held Goma. But President Tshisekedi accused him of masterminding the rebellion, and the Senate stripped him of his legal immunity, opening door for prosecution. The verdict comes amid escalating violence in the mineral-rich east, where the M23 has seized Goma, Bukavu, and key airports. The UN and Western government have accused neighboring Rwanda of backing the rebels, though Kigali denies the claims, insisting it is acting to prevent cross-border instability. Despite a ceasefire deal in July, fighting has continued, deepening one of Africa's deadliest conflicts. And now in sports, the South African Football Association has announced plans to appeal FIFA's ruling to deduct 3 points from the country's tally in the ongoing 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. FIFA declared that South Africa's men's national team had forfeited its March 21st, 2025 qualifier against Lesotho after fielding ineligible player Teboho Mokoeni. In addition, the team was fined £9,000. The sanction has reduced South Africa's points from 17 to 14 significantly, denting their chances of qualifying for the 2026 tournament. In response, SAFA issued a statement confirming its intent to lodge an appeal within the stipulated time frame. And this is how